Hello, and welcome back to the Fit House Podcast.
Hi Gina, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm peachy. How are you doing?
I'm doing just wonderful. How do you want to get this one started?
You go ahead. What's the topic for this week?
I don't even know how to explain the topic.
I think the topic is no matter what you have going on, everybody's going through something. You have to push forward because there's no other option.
I think you did a good job summing up the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I have not shared with many people is I have a medical condition that I have had since I was a little kid, and it causes me a lot of different symptoms. Since the start of the year, I would say, it's been progressively acting up again, and the last couple weeks have been absolute hell. Like our week off that we had for vacation was absolute hell week. I would say Monday of this week was one of the worst days of my life in the way that I feel my condition has me. I don't like saying too much. I don't like sharing stuff about myself. I put it this way, I will wake up in the morning literally like shaking. I will be in the shower getting ready to go to work, like pacing. My entire body is pins and needles. The way you feel in your head is, imagine someone just gave you the news of the worst thing possible ever that you ever wanted to hear. And that's like the way your entire body feels, and it's been like that for weeks. And the frustrating thing is there's not a lot of information out there on it. So it's something like I'm learning in real time of things that I can do, and like most things, it really all comes down to dietary things that I can do. And I have been trying so hard. The biggest breakthrough I had was in 2020, the end of 2021, 2022. I made some significant dietary changes. I would say that was the bulk of what I did, right? And oh my God, it was like for the first time in my life, I felt good. Not just like I felt okay, I mean, I felt great. Like 2022 was so fantastic until it wasn't. And all of a sudden, it's like everything backtracked, and I couldn't figure out why. And then the summer of, what was last summer, 2023? So the summer of 2023, I made a different adjustment, and again, I felt so good. It was like, I don't know how to explain it to you other than it was like something was just lifted from me and life felt good. It was the best summer of my life. Like I would wake up in the morning feeling fantastic. I would have great energy all day. I would go to bed feeling fantastic. Oh, one thing I left out, what I have going on will also, it physically affects you as well. So you will have, people get joint pain, body aches, low energy, different things as well. So I was on such 2023, the summer was great. Going into 2024, I was still feeling good, and then it just was a slow and steady. And the last 2 weeks have been absolute hell. Like Monday was probably the pinnacle of it. And I was so bummed out that this is completely throwing me backwards, because in terms of my actual training, I went to the gym on Monday to do my workout, and I literally just wanted to burst into tears. Just the only way I could describe it. And I did it. I forced myself to do it. And I realized after, I am going to have to go back to square one. I am going to have to start over with some structural balance things for myself because of what I have going on. In terms of my nutrition, I had gene testing done recently. It is the most fascinating thing. And it has been giving me so many answers to things I would probably never be provided answers to otherwise. And I actually have a meeting with a doctor and geneticist in, where's she, Holland?
Netherlands.
in the Netherlands tomorrow, and I'm very, very excited because from emailing with her, she has been able to provide a lot of insights that are showing me that I have been on the right track for all these years, but there are still some missing pieces to the puzzle that I need. So what do you got going on right now?
Growing human. I have severe pregnancy insomnia to the point where like I sleep an hour a night, and it is awful. It is like debilitating. You feel nauseous and terrible, and you still have to function because I still have somebody depending on me. And yeah, it's been terrible. But I did finally sleep last night, and I woke up this morning and I was just like, I feel like my body is like 100 pounds lighter. Like
I was gonna tie our two stories in together, but before I do, I feel like the conversation is always about like building muscle, losing fat, getting leaner, and life is so much more than that.
You never know what someone is going through, and you never know what someone has going on in their life. And sometimes you just have to do it. Like sometimes, I've been getting to the gym, and it has been like some days I wake up and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And I just do it. And I'm not breaking records. And most days I'm not even doing the weights that I did the week prior, which is a huge like ego hit for me. But I'm doing something and I'm getting it done because I know the alternative to doing something is doing nothing. And doing nothing is going to atrophy my muscle. It's going to make me even less insulin sensitive because you're already less insulin sensitive when you're pregnant. And that makes you more prone to things like gestational diabetes and a slew of other conditions because you're going to lose your muscle mass. So I know for the benefit of me and my unborn child, getting to the gym and doing something is better than doing nothing.
And even in simple terms, I know if you don't go to the gym right now and do anything, you're just going to feel like shit.
Totally.
And myself as well, I have been struggling and trying so many different things over the years, and it's always bringing me closer to an answer because I'm convinced there are answers for everything. We just might not know them or have access to them, or maybe sometimes they've never been figured out yet. But I'm convinced there are answers for everything. And I force myself. I don't feel like working out every day. I did not feel like working out Monday. And today I didn't feel like working out either, but I forced myself to go back to the gym, as demoralizing as it was that I had to this morning come up with a structural balance program for myself because of what I have going on is affecting different muscles and different things. So basically I need to do some remedial work for a while, which is very upsetting to me because I was really progressing right now and feeling great. But it's, what is my other option? My other option is I could just lay in bed or mope around, and it would just compound my feeling like shit. In terms of the other things I explained I have going on because of what's basically written into my genes, what's my choice? Like my choice is I can either just go through life and be affected by this forever, or I can figure it out because I know I can beat it because I have felt good before. And I've done enough learning and enough research. The key is for me is understanding personally what I need to be doing specifically where I'm not affected by this in the ways that I'm affected by it. And I'm even more motivated because my daughter and what did I give it away? My daughter and my son are definitely going to have at least half of my genes. So I also want to be equipped because I don't want them to ever have to go through the same pain that I have went through, because I know what it feels like. So if I could do anything within my power to have an understanding to help them out, heaven forbid we ever have to cross that road. That's something that's very important to me. And it's like I was sharing this with a young lady that we train on Monday night. She's going through something very, very stressful with work right now. And we were talking about, I was so proud of her that she showed up for training on Monday, because I'm sure that's the last thing that she wanted to do. She is not feeling good right now. But we had a conversation about sometimes you need to just put yourself on autopilot and just like do.
Yeah.
And for a couple of different reasons. Like right now, these last couple of weeks have been awful. I am on autopilot. I am on autopilot. I am going to go to work. I am going to do my workouts. I am going to still eat healthy nutrition because I'm trying to get my body back to health. I am going to still be there and spend time with my daughter. I am going to still be there and spend time with my wife. And it's not comfortable. I cannot wait for every day to end so I could just curl up in bed and shut my eyes and not have to feel all of this right now. But I just do it because sometimes you just got to put your head down and you just got to go on autopilot and do it because there's no other option. Well, there is another option.
The other option is losing everything. And when you are feeling better, if you feel better, you have moved yourself so far back that it's going to take you months to catch up to where you were, instead of just, every workout is not going to be a Superman workout or a Superwoman workout. It might just be like you're showing up and you're there, and that's okay. Like, that's enough.
Yeah, I used to pick on people when they would show up late for training. And something I learned, and this is many years ago, I learned this, is I stopped doing that because you never know what somebody's going through. You never know why somebody was late. Like for me, I would, in the past, and I would do it good-humoredly when I say I would pick on someone for showing up late, but I would always have a good-humored comment. But I would do that because I'm trying to keep a schedule, and it's important to me that I want them to get their full workout in because I want them to see results and I want them to feel good about everything. But what I learned over time is you never know what someone's got going on. And that goes far beyond just being late. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know what somebody's got going on. We are all on a different journey. And to Gina's point, as long, and this is my contention with everything that we do in terms of Fit House, as long as you are making positive steps in the right direction, it does not matter how long that takes you. Like there's no timeline on a journey, but as long as you're moving in the right direction and making positive steps, you will see results. And whether those are results, everybody is after something different. We're all different people. Like for some people, it's physical results. For some people, it's mental results. For some people, it's health results related to health conditions. Everyone's got something different going on. So I'll tie it up to my story, and then if you want to tie it up to your story, and then we can call it a wrap today. This is one of those days where Gina and I are just showing up today. It's been a rough couple of weeks. I think having a plan is really important. I have a structural balance plan for myself right now. I have a plan meeting with this geneticist, and I have all of the information of what I've been doing for the last X amount of years because I am actually learning what works for me and what is alleviating me of these symptoms and why they flare up when they flare up. And that's really important to me because I don't want to go through the rest of my life like this, and I am convinced there is an answer. So I have a plan, and just by having a plan, I mentally, I'm not saying my symptoms feel better for Monday, but mentally I feel at least 80% better because I actually have something to apply myself to now and see how it works and move forward. And I think that's the most important thing is whatever you're going through, come up with some sort of plan. And that plan literally might just be like, for the time being, I'm going on autopilot and I'm showing up at the gym for my workout and I'm coming home and I'm taking a warm bath and I'm going to bed. Whatever you need at that time, but make a plan. And then as you progress, change your plan accordingly.
Do you fit in our tub?
No, I don't fucking fit in any of I can't think of the last time I fit in a tub. You know what's funny? I remember when I wrestled, I was living in Atlanta and I was so sore. This is right when I first started. Like, people don't realize the ropes for a wrestling ring, that's cable underneath there. So when you first start learning to run back and forth between the ropes, you literally get like welts under your arm and on your hip. And when I say welts, I mean like giant, like, so until that callus is over, I couldn't even lift my arm over my head. So I remember I spent like all afternoon. I went to the store and bought ice cubes and I dumped them in the tub, but that wasn't enough. So I kept making ice and filling it in the tub. And I couldn't wait to get in the tub. And I got in the tub and I was like, shit, I couldn't even, like, I could sit down. That's about it. All right, how does that tie together with you, Gina? Because I know like right now it's not you're just trying to survive and it's not the biggest period of progress for you. But what is your plan right now?
Show up, make it to the gym, have some sort of accountability, which is super helpful. I have a great workout partner. And hopefully you have a good partner at home, like I do. That is very supportive.
That's another thing
because many people, I can't tell you how many people I work with nutritionally that their family sabotage them. Like, they would be so much more successful if their family was supportive. So, when you are training in a group environment, in my opinion, or if you have a workout partner like I do, having that accountability and somebody that is like-minded that you're surrounding yourself with or you're surrounding yourself with at home is so helpful. So I'm showing up, I'm surrounding myself with positivity, and I'm just doing it.
That's our biggest mission with fit. You know what somebody said to me on Monday night? Monday was a rough day. Someone said this to me on Monday night, and I really appreciated this. She said to me, you're full of information and no judgment. And I really appreciated that because I really try to share as much information as possible with everybody, because I can't tell you how many things in terms of what I've got going on personally with me. There's information that I had never even heard of X amount of years ago because it's not mainstream yet. But it's information that exists and it's personally helped me. And then I've been able to use that information and then I've been able to share that with other people and it's personally helped them. So I always strive to create an environment of being able to share as much information as possible. But again, the other part I appreciate about what she said was no judgment, because everybody's at a different place in their journey. And wherever you are in your journey, it's totally cool. Again, just make some steps to move forward, and there's no judgment in how fast you go or what steps you're making, just as long as you're moving forward and you're seeing positive results. And it's so much more, that's why it's so much more about, you know what, truthfully, I feel like I get judged sometimes because I feel like people look at me and they think, okay, well, there's this jacked up dude who works out all day and has no struggles and blah, 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 blah. And I think people do that based on some comments that I hear from people sometimes.
I've heard somebody say that to me before.
What?
Just exactly what you said. Like, oh, Chris has it made. He just works out all day. If they only knew.
I couldn't even. I literally woke up Monday morning. I shot up like somebody just shot a gun in my ear. Like, my heart was beating out of my chest. My whole body was literally shaking like this. And I'm not saying I don't want sympathy, but
You don't know what you don't know.
The point is, everybody has different things going on. And I truly believe that food is healing. And I truly believe that exercise, and I always got to preface it in saying proper exercise, because not all exercise is healing, but proper strength training is healing. And those two things are paramount to being part of any plan for optimal health, optimal longevity, and optimal body composition. So whether you want to talk about being lean or you want to talk about being the healthiest version of yourself, you can put whatever perspective you want on it. They all flow together. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
I don't think so.
All right, well, I hope you get some sleep tonight. And
Everybody say a little prayer.
I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. And I hope everyone watching, I hope you found some value in this today. And we wish you the best. This was hard for me because I don't like sharing a lot of stuff about myself. But
you did a great job.
Well, I hope it was helpful. That's the reason why I chose to do so. So we wish you the best. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.